What's the easiest way to add the value of Airbus, tens if not hundreds of billions of dollars, to your market capitalization? Now, don't innovate. Don't do any hard work around actually creating value. Announce you're in discussions to acquire TikTok. The Chinese social platform has become the most recent hair plugs to be added to midlife crisis companies looking to juice their stock price. First it was Twitter, which would have in effect been a reverse takeover of Twitter, as its market capitalization is likely less than the price they would have to pay for TikTok, meaning that effectively this would be a reverse merger. Then came along the old guard, Microsoft, Walmart, and Oracle. Oracle acquiring TikTok. I think it makes more sense if I were to swing with Heidi and Ted Cruz. I think Ted is kind of dreamy with that beard. I'd like to see him naked. You heard it here. Each stock has received a sugar hit from the market when news of their interest in TikTok emerged, adding over $100 billion to their market capitalizations. Microsoft alone added over $88 billion on the rumors. To put that into context, they've added the combined market capitalization of Snapchat, Pinterest, Peloton, and the New York Times. So if Microsoft acquires TikTok for $50 billion, by the way, it's supposed to go for somewhere between 20 and 40, they get the Chinese internet company free and add another $38 billion to the market capitalization. Normally, you might call that synergy, when the combined value of two firms is greater than their value as standalone firms. But this is not that. What might be a legitimate case for a US company acquiring TikTok? Advertising. TikTok shows users a fraction of the ads that Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn pelt at their consumers. If a new owner could raise that percentage to be in line with its social media peers, it could boost revenues tenfold. Here are two predictions. One, expect another half dozen companies suffering from a midlife crisis and looking for a stock bump to announce or leak that they are in discussions with TikTok, or better yet, thinking about joining one of the groups, which will likely grow. Don't expect an American company to successfully acquire TikTok. Every superpower has, you guessed it, a superpower. The American superpower used to be empathy and innovation, and now it's just blind optimism and exploitation. The Chinese superpower is the long game. China thinks and operates in 50-year increments. This was always the deal non grata in Beijing, and the US will not have the final say. The new superpower is China. Cryptic data startup Palantir has filed for an IPO that values the firm somewhere between $20 and $30 billion. The filing doesn't reveal much about the big data and analytics firm's operations, but it does shine a light on its arrogance. S-1 filings from tech firms are always theatrical, but Palantir might be the year's best, littered with rhetorical bouquets, convenient contradictions, and deafening ironies. Deafening ironies! I can't hear there's so many ironies. The company fires shots at big tech for selling our thoughts and inclinations, behaviors, and browsing habits, but defends their own support of government surveillance. This is especially rich given that co-founder Peter Thiel was the first outside money into Facebook, the undisputed king of data molestation, and remains on their board. As also ironic given Thiel is a self-identified libertarian that believes in small government, of course, unless it's paying them, who then they help surveil us. To be clear, selling into the government, I believe, is a good thing. Anyways, Mr. Thiel went from speaking at the 2016 RNC convention to shying away from Trump on July 2nd, about the same time that Biden emerged as a viable contender for president. Coincidence? I don't think so. It seems that all of a sudden, Mr. Thiel is uncomfortable with Trump, just as any good oligarch who leverages their proximity to a corrupt president, and that proximity is getting uncomfortable for both Mr. Thiel and the CEO, Alex Karp, who is all of a sudden leaking to the press that he is a socialist. This socialist takes home $180,000 a month. In 2019 alone, Palantir's top 3 execs were paid a total of $54 million. That sounds very Norwegian to me. That's $633 million more than the company made in 2019. Palantir's revenue topped $743 million in 2019, but the firm lost more than $575 million, spending $1.3 billion, nearly $500 million on sales and marketing alone. Compare that to our government, which takes in $3.5 trillion, spends $4.5 trillion, and runs, you guessed it, a $1 trillion deficit. So Palantir's losses are 80% of revenues versus the government at 30%. It appears to me that Uncle Sam should be advising Palantir, not the other way around. And adding insult to injury, Palantir's prospectus revealed plans to grant Class F shares to the co-founders, effectively giving them boardroom control. The filing goes on to essentially try and wrap the firm in the American flag, but then reveals that the firm credits the significant acceleration in their government work to their successful lawsuit against the U.S. Army. We're patriots and we're suing your ass. Why bite the hand that feeds you when you can just eat the entire carcass? Despite receiving investments from the Central Intelligence Agency, the firm goes on to say, government agencies have faltered in fulfilling their mandates and serving the public. Some institutions will struggle to survive, others will collapse. This is similar to Accenture calling their clients hopeless idiots as a means of trying to communicate why they're going to grow, because our customers are such fucking idiots, they're going to need more of us. These guys, Palantir, are the Rudy Giuliani of tech, confused, full of shit, contradictions, and completely out of touch and batshit crazy. Palantir! So last episode, we referenced that, no joke, I raised over $1 billion for my own startups and my own special purpose vehicles, so I'm here to announce that the dog is making a comeback to the capital markets. Consider this the official announcement of DawgTok, the mother and father of all SPACs. We're bringing you the most coveted deals and investor themes to one company so you don't have to. Our experienced management team includes Paul Ryan, Tanya Harding, and that meth head from the Tiger King, vastly understood as an artist. Through an innovative structure, we are creating a technology-driven short-form video transportation company. The SPAC will first acquire Quibi to leverage their superior management skills before acquiring Hertz and Kodak to create DawgTok. What's the key to a successful SPAC? Leadership. And I'm here to announce and introduce the new CEO of DawgTok, Kimberly Guilfoyle. I want to thank the Prof G team for entrusting me with this very important job. We'll be operating in all 49 states except for California. Those lesbian Subaru driving, independent bookstore owning people who drink granola or eat granola and drink water out of boxes. Those heathens. If you are feeling like this is neither funny, just disturbing, trust your instinct. Why should you tune in next week? Because the best is yet to come! We'll see you next week.